Hey yo, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? Do you struggle and make mistakes in simple fights? Is it hard for you to fight in close quarters? Do you struggle to make those last edits and it costs you a lot of fights? In this video, I will teach you how to overcome your stutters, step by step. I will also teach you different ways to fight with something that I like to call confidence through technique. I just wanted to share with you guys what I've learned and the things that genuinely work for me. You can also subscribe to join the Fizzy Pops. But without any further ado, let's get inside.
Good job.
But for most cases in a fight, there are some bonds that you need to have, and those are the ones that you need to prioritize. And I know you may be thinking, what does this even have to do with fighting? If you don't have your binds like mapped out correctly to where the most important ones are easy to tap, then no matter what, you're gonna have a hard time fighting. I'm gonna put the priority binds on screen, like the ones that you need to have. I'm gonna categorize these from movement to tactical. Let's go down the list. We have sprinting, crouching, pickaxe, switch mode, jump, edit, and reset. You want to make sure all of these binds are mapped somewhere really close together, especially your movement binds. You want to make sure your movement binds are right next to each other. And also you want to have your reload and interact button, two different buttons. That way you won't pick up and swap your gun when you're trying to reload over some loot. It shouldn't take you 3 years to pull out your pickaxe, or 3 years to tap your switch mode, or 3 years to sprint and crouch. You need to be able to tap these buttons as fast as possible. They need to be second nature. If not, then you will struggle doing regular things, and that will always hold you back. My left paddle was run, and my right paddle is crouch. I have two paddles, by the way. Before that, my sprint was circle, and then my crouch was X. And it was just a simple tap one up, tap one down. If anything, if I really wanted to, I could slide my fingers down both of them, and I would still get the same effect. I also have switch mode binding to L3. That makes it easy for me to tap my switch mode when I need to. My R3 is jump. My pickaxe's touchpad reminds you I play claw, so it's easy for me to tap that too. My editor's triangle, once again, very easy to tap for me. I'm a claw player. And honestly, circle is too, but I mapped that to be my sprint on my left paddle. So if I need a sprint and then slide back real quick, I can do that because it's easy to tap. You never want to be struggling with that. Everything should be easy to tap. If not, then you'll be struggling for real. And once again, I know you may be thinking, why do we need to prioritize movement binds? They're more important than you think they are. Remind you, this is my ultimate guide, and I will be going over everything that I'm teaching you today. Next up, I recommend you to watch my latest video. Even with your optimized binds, it's still going to be hard to play. And me, I would like to think that my mechanics are up to par. They up there. You know, I can do a lot of stuff. And I prioritize the right fighting binds, so I can move on to the next step. If you haven't made it this far, then I recommend you to go back and watch my video and map out your prioritized bonds. Now I want to talk about a common flaw that we all have when we practice on practice maps. Okay, now let me load in so I can show you. Okay, by now I'm pretty sure you would have realized that, yeah, this is pretty easy, right? It looks really easy, right, to do it, right? It doesn't seem like, you know, that hard. But when you think about it, when you're in an actual fight, when is it this easy? And I'm pretty sure that he knew this, and that was his intentions, to make this really easy, just for like a little walkthrough, like a little, you know, go and kill type, you know. But at the end of the day, when I go into a real game, I'm not going to be able to do any of this as freely. Of course, it may work every now and then. In a real situation, most people like this, they not letting you in a box. Most people aren't just wide open like that, and you got to address that. And what I like to call that is interference. And you can call this interference, you know, having to build up or go this way or go that way. But the only way that it could be real interference is if there was something cutting you off or there was builds in your way. So like, yeah, let's say I was going up, right? This wasn't mine, so I had to break that. I had to break this wall. I had to shoot that wall out because it's not mine, right? It would be more of an interference. And of course, you can see he addresses this. This right here is supposed to be a little bit of, you know, interference, but it really doesn't stop anything. You know, it's a quick little break. I could even go around and skip the whole entire wall if I wanted to, but it's not that much interference. We need more interference, right? So it can be more realistic. And of course, he could change this map, but in order to keep it realistic, he would have to change it every single day. There's always going to be different play styles, different mechanics, different everything, right? He can't make up for that. Nobody can. So I understand why he took the simple approach. But this is not going to take you that far. We need more interference. We need, let's say, like somebody that goes for clips all the time. This is what you would want to do if you want to be a clipper and not a fighter. It just trains your adaptive like brain. Like you're trying to adapt to different situations. That's all Raider does. It just makes you adapt to different situations. And it makes you go for one shot, one kill plays. When in reality, it's not about the clip, it's about the kill. And it's cool to still have a clipper play style, but it's even better like for actual fights to have a fighter play style. So like areas like this, we put more interference. Of course, our goal is to kill the, you know, the NPC. There's boxes all around him. What approach are we going to use, you know? Now we have to question ourselves. We could go up, hug the left side if you wanted to, like that. You could do anything you wanted to, right? You can do anything, right? But once again, that still isn't that much interference because the average person that boxes up is not going to sit in one box. So this is something good to practice, but most situations when you go for kills like that, sometimes they be clip botting, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, now it's time for me to go to my map and explain it. Alright, basically I like to call it chain fighting because you chain a bunch of different type of moves that you would do in a fight, but together. Like, you know how when you practice free building and then you chain a bunch of free build moves together, right? Stuff like that, right? Instead of free building, we're gonna free fight, if that makes sense. So right now I'm gonna pause the game and put a list of everything on the screen right now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over every single move in the fake fight scenario. First of all, you want to build up one box. You don't want to be on the ground for this, right? You want to be a little up. That way it's harder for you to actually get stuff done. It's easier to do it when you're on the ground because you won't have to worry about falling. You want to call out or think about every single move one by one. So let's say I start off with a mongrel, right? Boom. Mongrel in the window. Now I'm going to go up. 1, 2. Now I'm going to edit and cone the top. Or I can go to the right and edit this right side. I'm gonna box up again. I'm gonna go out to the left, edit the right side. Go out the box to an exit piece. Reset all of that. Phase builds again. You get what I'm saying? You wanna do these little simple things, right? But at a fast pace. This is the simpler version, right? Now I'm gonna go over the stutters, right? Spraying out walls, spraying out cones, randomly spam editing when you didn't expect to. Taking time holding your builds until you see them light up. Making a new box and turning back. Long piece, cone covers. Also, I want you to realize your pump has a delay. You can't just spam your pump. So keep that in mind also. Don't just go spamming your gun. Edit baits, axe pumping, break it into new area with builds. And basically, you want to combine all of this into like one big fight. Right now, the keybinds are messed up. I shoot every single time I reset. I'm pretty sure y'all seeing that. But I'm pretty sure I have a clip somewhere of me doing this. So I'm just going to play that clip for you instead. I don't know when they're going to fix this, but they need to fix it bad. But basically, you want to practice doing every single thing, all of these moves, right, at full speed, randomly, right? And then eventually, you're going to start seeing yourself stutter. What I mean by stutter is when you start doing moves, right, you're going to see yourself mess up. You see how I just canceled that? I might not break it out the way. Or if I want to do a diagonal, I might shoot too fast and I might not reset my wall, you know? Those are stutters, right? The faster you go, the more stutters you will see. And that's what we want. You want to keep doing all of these random fight moves at full speed until you have no stutters. And for me, I'm not even gonna lie, it took me like 2 days to get it down fully. And that is nothing to be ashamed of. It takes a while. It took me a while. And that's a-okay. But I got the gist of it down. Right now, I'm a little boo-boo because, you know, I just switched the edit and release off. It's a little, that's enough excuses. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Just randomly challenging yourself until you have no more stutters. All of the free building and all that editing stuff, I want you to replace that with this. Mark my words, give it 2 days and you will see a difference. I promise you will see a difference. I guarantee you, if you try it for 2 days straight and get all of those little stutters and jitters out the way between you making decisions and executing them, it's going to be so much more easier for you to fight. And when you have to actually fight and like, you know, you're in that same situation where you have to make this decision and then that one and then that one and then this one, it's going to be like second nature. It's going to be easier to get done because you've done it a million times. And last but not least, you want to keep yourself in a happy place. And this is how you stay calm overall. Stay positive and be calm. Remember, at the end of the day, it's just a game. You have to get off at some point. And as long as you have something to look forward to once you get off that game, there's no reason to be upset. And even if there wasn't, you still shouldn't be upset. This is how you keep yourself level-headed and you don't go on an emotional roller coaster. And what I mean by that is if you get mad that you die and then you get happy because you won a game, then you get mad because you lost like off spawn, and then you get happy because you got like a crazy clip, and most likely you're not going to be able to focus. It's okay to be happy every now and then, but try to contain yourself overall. And with that being said, I like to say peace out and thank y'all for watching. Shout out to the Fizzy Pops. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. There will be more on the way. And don't forget to use code Frizzy3X with 2 eyes. Like I said, that's it. Peace out and bye. Bro, if Corey came back, y'all know I had to. Come on.